In this video, we're going to learn about rel plot. What rel plot stands for? It is relational plot. So when you create a relational plot using Seaborn, by default, it gives you a scatter plot. But at the same time, it also gives you the option to switch between line plot and scatter plot. But one wonderful option which it provides is column wrap. So if you have seen my video on distribution plot, then in that we covered you can create different column of same plots basis on a categorical variable. Same thing here, it also happens, but here it gives you a functionality of wrapping the columns. For example, here you have one table. In that you have one variable item type which has all these unique values which are 15 in counts. Now if you create different column for each of these unique items, you would end up having 15 different charts which look something like this, which is making absolutely no sense because this is not visible at all, right? So that's where it gives you an option to specify the number of columns, and whatever does not fits in those number of columns, that is extended to the next row. In this example, I give 5 in col wrap, and if you see in each of the we have only 5 columns over here, and whatever chart does not fit in the same row, it is extended to the next row. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and to understand the concept very clearly, please watch the video till the end. Once you are done with watching the video, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit the bell icon. By default, a relational plot accepts all these arguments, out of which we will learn or practice whatever is most frequently used. Let's jump to the Python IDE and learn this with example. Here we are in Python IDE, which is Jupyter Notebook. Like always, we have imported all the required libraries, and here we have imported the data, and I'm taking only sample of 15 records. And here I'm just converting the column names into lowercase so that it will be easy to write when we are creating a first or relational plot or any plot, right? So let's start with creating the first relational plot. Here I just need to say sns.rel plot, and in the data I will be using, what is it that we're going to use? That is mart data, and on x-axis I will be using outlet year, and on y-axis I will be using cells. Let's run this. Oh, we just got an error because here spelling was mistaken, right? So now here you see you have got the scatter plot. At the same time, okay, before I proceed further, I would just like to remind you, if you have not seen the scatter plot or line plot chart yet, I mean the video on those charts creation, then I would just suggest you to use the link provided in the description section, and here I am showing the link of scatter plot. You can just click that and you can watch it out. So the detailing about scatter plot you can learn from that video. Here we will just be covering a brief on that, right? Now this is the scatter plot which comes by default when you are creating a relational plot, but you get the option to switch it. How can you do that? Like this, you can just say line and you have a different plot. Here you have the line plot created. Now again, about line plot I have covered in the different video, for which link is showing over here, and that is same available in the description section as well. Just go and try that and check it out. Now here you can see we can hide this confidence interval, and that you have. Remember one thing, when you have the scatter plot, you can use all those options which we learned in a scatter plot over here. When you have line plot chosen in kind argument, you can use all those options which we learned in line plot. All right, so this is how it can be done. Now the best part is we can use col wrap. Before we progress over there, here for ease of convenience, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to keep it default, right, which will be a scatter plot, right? And let me just make this size little bigger, which will be 100 marker size, right? And here I want to categorize it basis on a categorical variable, which will be in hue. I'm going to use outlet size, and now you have a different category for all of these 3 outlet size. All right. Now, as I was explaining you in the beginning, we can have different column for each of the unique item available in a given categorical variable. For example, here we're going to consider item type. Okay, let me show you with tier example, right? So because that has less number of unique items, so here I will just use col equals to tier. So when you use that, you're gonna get this list of charts, just 3 lists of charts, because you have 3 different tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3. But at the same time, if you have a column with huge number of unique items, that makes it really cumbersome to understand. For example, if you see this, here it is giving you 15 different charts, which is becoming really difficult to understand, and that's where relplot provides you a function which is called colwrap, and in that you can provide the number of columns, and then you can just hit enter and it will give you a very fantastic arrangement of this. This happens because relational plot works on top of facet grid, and that's why you will be able to use this functionality. If you want, you can further reduce or increase the number of columns like this, right? Whatever number of columns you want, you can just adjust that. So here we had 15 unique items, so here we're gonna have 3 columns and 5 rows. So like you can see, you are not giving the number of rows, you are just giving a number of columns, and rest of the things are being extended to different rows. All right, now let's move forward. In the previous example, you have seen how to use row and column. So in row, you can use different item. For example, here item type, I'll say tier, so outlet size, and here you can have tier, and then you can have 2 different rows and 3 different columns. 3 rows and 3 columns, because we have 3 tier and 3 outlet size, right? So this is how you can use 2 variables even to make a different cross section. In fact, we can say that, right? So this is how you can use a relational plot, and on top of that, if you want, you can use all the styling parameters which we have been learning so far. For example, let me use hue over here, and in that I would use outlet size, and with outlet size I'm going to use palette. Let's say I want green, and then red, and then yellow. Let's run this. Okay, hue, there is some problem. Outlet size, here we have, okay, so the problem is here we have already specified the hue, so we don't need to specify it again. Now here you can see the different color combination we have used in palette. So this is how you can play around all the styling options which we have covered so far, and the same is going to be applicable over here. Thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I would insist you to watch the video on scatter plot and the line plot first, and then come to this relational plot. It's nothing but the combination of those 2. Thanks once again. Just practice whatever you learn, and just in case of any doubt, do not hesitate to put that into the comment section. Happy learning. All the best.